What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just gonna get on in here. Got my water, gun, face mask, paper, and we're off. Ah, that sounds so good. Never gets old. Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about how I made my 510 horsepower Camaro look this good, sound this good, and how much it all cost. Because honestly, I've been getting a lot of people ask me on YouTube, on Instagram, even though I repeat in some of the videos I do say the prices, they always ask me how much was this, how much was that. And I figured the one video my channel's missing right now on this car is literally the video on how much everything costs put together, how to make your car look and sound just like this, as vicious as she sounds, and how much money does that cost? How much? Because a lot of people want to know these things. Now, I figured I would change up the scenery a little bit today and be in the car rather than my house like I do every single time. Now, what you don't know is how ridiculous I look driving with the POV camera on my head. So we're going to go back to that right now and make this U-turn. Okay, so boys, this car is on 93 right now. We have a little less horsepower, but how do you make it sound like this? Yep. Badass. Alright, come on truck, come on truck, come on truck, come on truck. Gotta love how people drive in Florida, man. They don't know which way they're going and they go slow as balls. One more pull in this video. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ready? First gear. Yeah. Yeah. Tiny pull. We got a truck. We got a truck. Not bad though. So what a lot of you guys don't know is when you're on 93, when I put 93 in the car, the tune changes obviously with the flex fuel kit, and the whole sound of the chop changes. It gets more of like a blah 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 blah, less when you put the E85 in, it's got like a faster chop to it. This one's nice and slow. So sometimes I honestly prefer the 93 because of how slow it is. It's got such a deep chop. I love it. It's got something really cool. I'm going to show you guys in a minute when I get to the park vista view over here, because that's kind of my other favorite place to go to. It's quiet, very quaint little place, and right now it is Tuesday and no one should be there, and it's free, so we can go in there and film and no one will bother us. All right guys, this is what I meant by that 93 chop. Listen to this. A little slower, no? Let's turn off the car. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And I hope you guys are having a great 2020. I know it's been pretty shitty lately. A lot of bad crap happening with COVID and just a lot of bad things going on right now. But today you're tuning into this video, and I thank you so much for doing that. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about this car right here. And if you have a Camaro SS, how much money does it cost to turn yours into something like this? So as you know, I've been doing YouTube for a little bit now, and when I bought this car, I documented everything I kind of done from start to finish, with exception of a couple of things. There's things I get a lot of questions, and I mentioned it before, a lot of people asking me, you know, how much is this, how much is that, and I mentioned them in the videos, but I figured this video I will go over everything needed to know about this car here and how much it all cost. It's going to seem like a lot of money, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's a cam. You know, when they're ripping apart the motor, that's like your most expensive part. We're going to dive into that in a second, but let's just get started with all the exterior modifications right now. The first exterior modification I'm going to start with, I'm going to kind of go around from the back first. Actually, it's going to be my Wicker Bill from ZL1 add-ons. This was something, it was probably one of the first mods I've ever done to this car, and the reason why I got it is because of that right there, of how good and aggressive it made this car look. I did not like the look without it. It looked too plain Jane for me, and I know this is actually a really popular item that a lot of people seem to purchase. I mean, it's the cheapest thing you can do to it. It's probably, I think altogether cost me about $250, I want to say. 200, 250, and very simple installation, and it looks really, really good from the back especially. I mean, with the bolts and everything, it looks really nice. But all around, really clean spoiler, and Good product. Anyway, so the next thing in the back of the car that I'm going to talk about is my diffuser. And my diffuser, I got off eBay, believe it or not. Funny story of how I got it. So the story on this diffuser is basically that I was bored one day and I was in a buying mood and I just wanted to buy something. And I know some of us get that way. It's impulse buying. It's not the best thing, but it turns out looking really good in some ways. And so basically I put on my Instagram story, I was like, hey guys, you know, I'm in a buying mood. What is the next mod I should put on this car? I don't really want to spend a lot of money. And a friend of mine, Brandon ZL1 actually, hit me up and was like, yo, you need to buy this diffuser. If I could, I would, but it won't fit on my ZL1. And I looked at it and I said, wow, it is off eBay, which sketched me out because they never fit right at all. And what I'm telling you, this thing fits perfectly and looks amazing for 200 bucks. It was a bitch to install, but it looks really, really good. So I bought it and then I put it on like 3 days later and I don't regret that one bit. That is where impulse buying works. So that's where I got the diffuser from. And like I said, 200 bucks shipped to my door. Great mod. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is my side skirts. Now my side skirts were actually a Christmas present to me from my father. And these are from ACS Composite. They're the ZL1 side skirts and I had them painted in satin black to match my spoiler. Paint job was like 100 bucks because I know a very good guy qualified to do it. And yeah, these were 700 bucks and honestly they were worth every penny. I installed them myself and I really think they accented the side of the car really well and they look really nice. And yeah, they look great. Now the front splitter is also ACS Composite. It is their ZL1 front splitter, and this thing, when I bought it, I was like, oh my god, this thing is huge. Like, this thing is gonna stick out too far, but honestly, take a step back, it looks freaking great. And it's one of my favorite ones actually that I picked out. I didn't like anything else I saw, and the 1LE one originally was like way too skinny. It was almost all the way around, about this size, all the way around, and you could barely even see it, and I hated it so much. So change that out. I think that was about 400 bucks. That one was a pricey one, but altogether it looks really nice. And also we're gonna talk about right here, my Sema Grill, which I got from Fast Tech Performance, which ran me about 450 bucks. Installed it myself. I put the little SS badge on it, and that was like 10 bucks, but that looks really nice as well. I did a little color matched little bars underneath. Got a guy driving by say hello. Love getting looked at like I'm weird. So yeah, we did the color match little bars and everything, and I love that grill. It looks so good. Kind of separates itself from the rest because everyone has the plain Jane grill and doesn't do anything about it. So I know some people do this grill, but definitely one of my favorites. Let's see. Then on this car, we got the badges, okay? And these badges originally came in gold. They look just like this. I'll show you the picture right now. They look like that, and I think it looked like crap. So I changed them. I put the Chevy black badges on, and I got the 1LE badges on the side. Those are all my badges I replaced. And believe it or not, these Chevy badges alone together, I think were like 100 bucks, which is like ridiculous, but it really needed it, and I love having them on there. The 1LE ones I got from eBay, and I think they were like maybe 40, 50 bucks, and they look really good. Much better than that little stupid Camaro one they put on the side, and I get asked about those all the time, believe it or not. The stupidest little thing, people love that crap. Looks really good altogether though, I think. Finally, my Eibach lowering springs. This car 100% needed lowering springs, and Eibach is the one that I chose to go with. And I think they just lower the car about just about an inch, I think is what it came out to be, and it like came out absolutely perfect. As you can see, the ride height is really nice, just sitting on the tire like it should be. My dad's ZL1, I think we're gonna get him the same ones to go with next because his sits like a monster truck. But looks really, really good. Definitely one of my first things I did besides the Wicker Bill. Now the lowering springs were like $200 altogether. I did not pay an install fee as we did them ourselves, which was very easy to do, just very time consuming. And honestly, that's it for the outside. I do have a strut tower brace that is inside the engine bay, obviously. So that cost like 200 bucks, and I had it painted for about 100. So all together in the outside, that's it of all the exterior. Oh, I forgot the taillights. Son of a bee. my taillights, I'm sorry. My clear, like the ZL1 1LE style taillights also. I forgot about that. Those are about 450 bucks also, and that is a great deal for 2 taillights that look amazing. And that's really it for the outside, guys. Now let's move on to the performance, which is my favorite part to talk about, to make it sound like that mean chop chop with that horsepower gain. It is so sunny and hot out here that I had to put glasses on because I can't see a damn thing. So now we're on to the performance aspect of this car, and I don't need my piece of paper to tell me all that stuff because I remember that one the most. So first thing I did with this car performance-wise, I bought myself some Cook's headers, 1 7/8 off-road connection pipe, obviously a cat delete, and they cost me about 1,200 bucks shipped to my house. And again, we put those in ourselves, so no installation was needed with that. The second thing I bought for this car performance-wise was a DSX Flex Fuel kit. Cost me about $450. In case you guys don't know, that basically lets you have the E85 and the 93 tunes on the car, and whatever gas you put in, it switches to that tune, and bada bing, there you go. Third thing I did to this car performance-wise, guys, was I put a Texas Speed cam. I almost forgot that part. A Texas Speed cam. I did the Stage 2 by Texas Speed Performance. I did their shelf cam, obviously, Stage 2. And that whole cam kit cost me about $1,200. Installed, because you needed someone to do that, was $2,300 bucks by my friends at Mera Motorsports out in Opelika, Florida. Did an amazing job. My friend Edgar from DSM Lights tuned the car. I have 2 tunes from him on this car for $750 bucks in total. And can't complain. Car runs great, no issues at all. And I absolutely love the way this thing turned out after the cam. Now, guys, my final performance mod that I did to this car, besides the cam, obviously, was my Corsa Performance exhaust. Yes, my Axleback exhaust I got from Fast Tech Performance. $1,400 shipped to my door is worth every penny. I love it so much. It's so loud and obnoxious. Have to love it because it annoys everybody but you, because you're sitting there with a smile on your face because it just sounds so damn good. That's right. Again, $1,400 bucks. They look great. They sound great. There's no drone. Pick yourself up. A Corsa Performance exhaust. You will not regret it. Trust me. That grand total of all my modifications brings me out to about $9,800. It was $9,460, but I forgot the taillights, which was like $450. So I'm just going to go with $9,800 bucks is my grand total installed for this car. And I know, like I said, it seems like a lot of money. It's basically 10 grand into a Camaro. But to me, I mean, 10 grand and I got this exactly how I like it. There's not really a lot to change at the moment. You know, in the future, I'm looking for a Pro Charger or something like that. I do want to boost this car eventually. I've always wanted to drive a boosted car, and I just would love to see this thing with like 650 horsepower to the wheels. To me, on the street is probably like a perfect amount, and it would just be a lot of fun. And that's kind of what I'm looking at in the future to do. But for now, I did just buy a house with my fiance, and I have so much money going into that house right now that I can't touch this car. There is one other mod coming for it, and it's kind of changing a setup of some sort, and I'll reveal that in the next video. But it's definitely going to be a cool one, and there's a reason behind it. So that's going to be the next video, guys. But I just want to give this video to you so you got a good idea on how much it costs to get your car to about 500 horsepower and have all the modifications on the outside, which really isn't much. I didn't do much of this car at all on the outside besides your basic stuff. Spoiler, you know, lowering springs and some ground effects. That's about it. That's really all you need on a car like this. You know, the Camaros really don't need a lot, and that's what I love about them. They look great from the factory, and a couple of touches, personalize it yourself, and voila. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. That's all I got in store for you today. I hope you liked the video. Again, recap, about 10,000 bucks makes your car look and sound like that. Hope you find it worth it. If you have any questions for me, just hit me up. You know where to find me. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Stay safe. Peace.